Jesus, celebrating Jesus, serving the community. Thank you for the celebration coming in. Woo! This is the coffee cup. Lathan bought them, and Lathan bought his wife, his son. Pretty awesome. Doing a great job. Doing very proud of it. Proud of it. celebrationlutheran.org. That's just about church email. Hey, mateys, this is Discovery Scouts, the Pirates of the Caribbean film series here. And today is Sunday. 10:30 in the Mass in the AM and the PM. So 10:30 to the 11:30. So I want to get back home. So my brother sent us about to see Doctor Strange today. 3:30 to 3:30. Almost about 4 hours, almost about 3 hours, 55 minutes. So I hope you guys are being about perspective. But one of the things I have a problem there about really realistic about for Jesus Christ, for serving for community every Sunday, for fall and winter, spring and summer. That could be about every 12 months per year. I'm not sure they have some those you could have some a coffee for the free coffees, earn for zero. That's just for free, not to cost a lot of money. This means celebration of the community of Jesus Christ. For the churches Christ, the pastor the old guy Paul, the nicer Sunday celebration Lutheran Church. My dad just talked about the long stories about Martin Luther King. They're trying to do it has trying to matter them quitting for the celebration Lutheran Church. He was literally just leave out for Lutheran celebration Lutheran Church to Catholic Church, to Roman Catholic Church. They don't see everything about every time about the Martin Luther King's Day. This is for his birthday. And the ones of you that have it very important to see you guys, for the elected for voted for the Paul for the Pacifically, the definitely the every Sunday 8 to the 10:30 Mass. They were taking about 3 hours. They're taking about lots of them about 4 hours and 20 minutes, 4 hours and 10 minutes. You can earn about a lot of people. There's lots to learn, lots of time. That's really realistic. That's really didn't mean to. I'm very excited to see one of you guys who want to see all of them want you to plan. So it's a good choice at about for any time to see a lot of the people on celebration to the church, declarations, in the hoisted colors, just like the AdWords and complete recordings and AdWords soundtrack just regularly. So extended completed scores. They're just literally just seeing how much is going on there. They don't know half of the much review, half of the channel stuff. Some creative, they don't have there's some creative for most of the half of them about some of those about every Sunday for this evening. So try those out if you figure we're out. Just like I said, guys, they haven't much interesting stuff for you guys. So some people just a lot of people that say happy birthdays. the five of someone's birthday. So long stories. You know that per day, so I'm proud of it. Just voted for bulletin for 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Sometimes we have for some voted about last week for interesting. After this Halloween over, it ends. So for every 61 day Halloween stuff for the trick or treat. One day the Halloween movie marathons to 1998, 2005, 2002, 2005, and 2006. Just as a familiar every time. Sometimes you can have. Don't get specials. What the dog's barking at?
Come here. Sammy, get over here.
Just ignore that. The neighbor's dog's there, and we're on the video. Right now. So I don't like this. I don't like the distracted by the dogs thing. And sometimes it's very important for cautious rules on the outside, and that means no barking outside. You know what that means? The dog's not supposed to go out, and the neighbors can stay inside. We could watch all over again. We can hear it. It's just seeing about and we're talking stuff about their friends, the fan size. According to the subscribers, the scene on YouTube 24. So let's do this before they actually wanted to do. So I truly want to stay hateful. There's so much stupider for this. They don't need to terribilize. I just recognize it where they're done. Some ladies say meet me for nothing for strangers. So she's just a nice woman and men and children. And just as about celebration of Lutheran advances problem, some churches will do. Decided about seeing about community service for the vice president for the first time in about last 6 years. So I'm in the vice president of community service club. Did he remember? He knows. Remember that when Mr. Coleman moves there for about last 10 years. He moves to the high schools. And before he goes to the Lakewood for the high schools, Coleman seems about Virginia High School Cougars for visiting. That's the way back actually the problem. Woo! He don't understand or say I don't actually fit everything. So I don't have anything to have problems there. Checking out for working hard. Every time to see working the B-rolls, clips, trailers, and TV spots, and full movies, and they're definitely to be coming out with about then the next thing for the next month for the year is about some trailers to do is the Wonder Woman came out for the trailer 2. It's the first best star is Gal Gadot, and second character is Chris Pine from Star Trek trilogy, and the one of the mentioned that for Ben Affleck as Batman, as Bruce Wayne, and Henry Cavill as Superman, born in the Krypton. His mom and dad, Azura as Laura, and Joel as played by Russell Crowe. It's noted by Clark Kent, Kal-El as Superman. And one of the advances about race of the Kryptonian and he's wonderful about welcoming to Earth to help their people out around the world. There are 7 million of them. You know, sometimes if they're helping them. They all about 6 million people around the world, helped by their Superman, and there's some dude has to suspect for the Batman, for Batmobile. They don't have to say God versus man, and black and blue fight night. Blue, so day versus night, and God versus man. Day versus night, Son of Krypton, and versus Battle Gotham. You know, there's the Iceberg as Lex Luthor, and he says the greatest gladiators in the world, and Lex is really tricksters. He could literally just say he was sort of connected by the bombing for the bombing of capital for Washington D.C. on the city, and they're swatting to the Kryptonian ship and suspected to figure out that they'll have it supposed to do something, you know, they're getting high enough intensities. Heroes about supervillain. He can't ask the guys to leave it there alone. You know, so Batman destroys the Lex corpse in this store, in this building. You know, there are a lot of them wrote about the paychecks. The red one, so they want that the red one should be the attorney, exterminated. Bruce freaks out for his about voted his red ones into money. Well, he didn't know that they're terrorism. He can't unfortunately be looking down through the paper stuff, be it about tornations. I don't know, mateys. Bruce Wayne's as knows about Lex Luthor. He was lathering to the brig in his own. Then here's nothing about his Clark Kent. And known as about the new parents, Martha and Jonathan Kent, as knows about Kal-El, as in the mother, as father, ex-mom and dad. You know, his is love, his Lois Lane. He don't actually really do, and he was considering about the Interverse, and one of it about mercenaries. I don't know if this was about one of these movies about after the Man of Steel ended. So BS, so Dawn of Justice, Martha kidnapping for the Russian terrorist, and Lois too, for the meeting for the Lex on the top of the roof for a chopper on a Lex Corp. And when the Mercy dies for Mercy dies, played by Ta Okamoto, the Wolverine, and they don't know about actually willing to do something. They don't have it actually about the starting from, you know, the most of the Scotted. They don't have much of a deal with them. They don't have to do this stuff. You know, probably let the free over there, you know, see that thing. That's just really gonna most of it be childish. And my problem is that we're gonna start it. So like I said, you know that movie system was called about. So Lois came back for the Daily Planet, and Perry and Jenny helps it out to figure out to call the chopper to Gotham. one of the man just driving. One of the man's driving for the Batman's for the Batlight. They start to challenge the fight. They start to challenge the fight for the Gotham. For Superman fights for Batman, and Bruce Wayne knows that the hell is wrong with it by Clark. He didn't know about he was threatened by after his about chasing the Russian drivers. He didn't know to understand. Here is he's saying. He was a stop for the Gotham. You know, he was during the fight for the God versus Man. They don't know about God is Dead by Lex Luthor. He was getting known about it very scarier. He did not scare for the Doomsday. He wouldn't be explosive. He wouldn't freak out for Lex. He was turning away. He might be the 2 minutes size to be the advances. My problem is the start for in and out. How do they know the scene? Sometimes should take it about how do you get doing here. For one of them, there's no problem there. And the one of the cast is the producers, the edit production, you will understand for minding their own business. So every time to see one of for the God versus Man to stop for Lois, he's over about for the couple of minutes ago, maybe over 12 minutes, maybe over 14 minutes. So a Batman finds Martha for Clark's his son. Barely their friend. And they literally just totally just see what was going on in there. So what the fuck is going on in there? You know, so how they're glad to be there about 50 to 10 minutes. And they're saying they're glad they're here. She'll take your time about the 10 minutes. So everything working out for all day. Most of my abs are the obliques and secondary. My arms and my tricep, bicep, gluteus maximus and hamstrings and calves, and quadriceps and deltoes and chest and necks and shoulders and heads. So I don't know to check you guys. You know, I'm just gonna open the garage there. Try to lift them up. I'm just gonna have used activated the shit. They don't know to try those stuff for the much. Every 10 minutes, you can have them nothing for the strange things. They actually love it. You're so what with the chosen ones. You know, actually, my brother just sent it off just by himself when it's about 11 o'clock, 11 in church downtown Puyallup. If you're useful, oh no, fuck. You'll figure it out, anybody, and Lucifer about definitely it's about Jesus Christ. To the B is about celebration, Lutheran Church. So so I noticed it about for the Batman for Batman was over about fights and stuff the Russian terrorism, the general and the captain, and he saves his Martha's life. They found out for the Lex Luthor what's going on there. We created from General Zod to Doomsday. So to the transformated from the clone for Doomsday, clone for the Kryptonian for Doomsday, and he was born. He was born into the ship, born into the Kryptonian ship, with what is sad, the way it's going on there. She meant to do something about much of powerful lightning, thunderstorms, that being terrorist attack. The problem that is they have the definition about supervillain, what he's going on there. When he alerts that the SWAT Kryptonian ship, Lex creates for Zod's body. He's figure out he's about gonna suspect him. He was definitely his after the sides, and he was just saying everything. He was gonna be fine. You know, they're definitely the total one say Doomsday fight the Doomsdays started for fight for Superman's who have held the feelings. He were definitely the punches those out to the ground to the statue. He was at the eyes out to the light powerful to the enema for the fire thing for explosive to the lightning exploded to the 1,000 miles per hour out to the figure out he was totally reasonable miserable. He was fighting for the full fight for the Doomsday. So the clone of Superman, and one of the casualties by rocket for missiles. The one of a giant nuke town into the sky. He was proposed in a turret part, tearing for his skin. And he transformed for his broken bones, and he was fired. He was eyes fired. They started to destroying things in the water, destroying things in the world. The Metropolitan at Gotham and Chicago, and the one that have the pass out for his sky for the spaceships, and one of the Superman was resurrected. It was chasing. He was watching the chasing for the bats flying. The one of the Kryptonian, he had the leftover. The green ones. The green one should be finding the spears to kill his skins. His back, his body, his spine thing. The one his thing, he could be have entirely invisible, unacceptable. One of the woman has about Diana Prince just left for the airport to help Batman and Superman out for to Doomsday, as the Wonder Woman came down to the Gotham. They destroyed the cities and lives, and the wonderful destructed. Before, when the clone the General Zod did, the one in the transformation from the Doomsday, they're fighting to their lives to the death. The Lois can't find the Kryptonian spirit down there in the water. He's gonna get to drown there. He's gonna die in the deep. But he hears the pounding down to the ground on the water. She's not sure that he was dies. Well, he literally just swim over under the water to get his spear out. He throws down to kill it. They're saying the Doomsdays killed the Superman. He shot at his Kryptonian. It was lightning to tell it to stop him, and he pushes it with his spear to his body. his body and spine and his chest. The one who had about no idea, he was one for one CPU on 1.5 made it for spears, made it for green ones to about crystal, emerald, and crystals. She has definitely died out there. He was known as Man of Steel alive, and he was at funeral for Jonathan Kent's funeral. After he gets arrested from Lex Luthor, creating for SWAT Kryptonian ship to all of the connection to the Capitol bomb for the explosive on Washington D.C. on the Capitals to kill those about 200 people. All the stuff that they do is the panic ones. All the protested people just explosive, hundreds of miles per hour. They have a hearing about 500 sounds to the explosive. Definitely the ones that have to quit enough is quit enough. I did not know about differently. They're saying they totally want of them for lies. The one of them about Daily Planet's arrival for Martha's house to the funeral for Clark Kent. They followed the Day of the Dead. The months of the part of it, the one of them listening to U.S. Army music from the military. For the visiting for Lex Luthor's prison. He gets respectful for the Batman. He locks into the jail doors. And he says ding 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 every about 5 times. They start ending up for Man of Steel's alive. They're definitely the darn thing, they can't hear it. They just end up for the credits. So every day. So this is my cup of the coffee stuff. You can have it about the waters, juices, grape juice, and sodas as you can. You know, so I drink coffee a lot. My dad loves the coffee too. So and about the questions and enjoy your time. And definitely we couldn't have it about going to see Doctor Strange today. So don't forget to subscribe to my contest to send a letter to the calls that are there. So tell about subscribers, your friends, your fan sites, and according to the Pirates of the Caribbean film series .gus. So www.gom.org, the email www.email.gus. So Pirates of the Caribbean film series .gus. Simon Perryman here. So you can tell McJuggernuggets, Big Brother, Jody Starbucker, Get Behind the Camera, Bridget West, and Manny Corn, Juliet Riley, Recycle Dad, Larry's Lounge, Joe Bump, The Inky Grandpa Shows, Grandpa's Corner, Recycle Aunt 1 and 2, Recycle Uncle 1, 2, 3, and Creed, Ragging Dad, Recycle Mom, and Melissa, and Bro Squad, and Crazy Boyfriend, Crazy Love, Derek Diesel Daily, Space Jam Artist, Life of Moko, Cuban Guy, The Cuban Guy Life, Next Boo, Life of Boog, The Boog Show, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Find Situation License Gaming Channels, and Juggy Stores, Cocker Story, Cocker Talk, and Hangouts and Play Stores. Don't forget, guys. So keep it rich, matey. So you could guys want to be watching for capture it. So watch those on Facebook's and YouTube's channels. So don't forget, keep it rich, mateys. Don't even forget Doctor Strange comes out about last 2 days. Don't forget. So watch it if you can. Keep it rich, mateys. So don't forget Pirate Series, Prank Series reactions. So thank you for you guys to coming in. Don't forget to watch the Pirates and Prank Series reacts.